Hey everyone, the guy Matt here, and welcome to my NFL picks for Week 16. Let's get straight into it. Starting off Thursday night, Saints and my Rams battle for the 7th seed. Rams currently have it, as they should. They'd be much higher if the officials haven't screwed them all yet, but hey, a win's a win. Survival last week against the Commandos. Saints, we now picked the winner with Tommy DeVito and the Giants. Should be a close game. Saints definitely, I think, can give my Rams some issues, but not many. You know, Rams only allowed close because McVay sucked play calling wise. Kind of fumbled a couple times. They're going to fix that up this week. As I see my Rams get a comfortable, not an easy one, but a comfortable win against the Saints. You know, Stafford's been playing like the MVP for this past month. Yeah, I've said it. You know, Puka and Naku and Cooper Cup have been going off. Con Williams is him. So yeah, I think my Rams, you know, I just don't think the Saints have, I think that, you know, the defense isn't good enough to stop him and the offense isn't good enough to keep up. So yeah, give me my Rams to win. Plus, we have the edge coaching. Bengals and Steelers up next. Jake Browning is him apparently after last week. Vikings from the cut him. We held as the Bengals still in the thick of it. I believe they hold the 6th seed right now. If I'm correct in the AFC, I could be wrong, but I think they're the 6th seed against the Pittsburgh team that is in free fall right now. Steelers just can't play good football. As I see, yep, I see Cincinnati getting a win over Pittsburgh. You know, just Steelers offense. It's not Mason Rudolph at QB really like. Pittsburgh just don't have a good position at quarterback. The receivers are all divas, you know. Just don't have the offense. The defense will keep him in it, but not gonna be enough. Jake Browning gets the Bengals the dub. Bills and Chargers up next. Chargers, guys, yay! They finally filed the cancer that is Brandon Staley. And now, let's see what world without Justin Herbert. Playing the hardest team in the AFC right now, the Bills. Obviously, you know, you're wondering how did this team lose to New England and Denver? You know, like with how they've been playing as, you know, but they're in playoff mode right now. You know, they've got to win these games here to make the playoffs. And you know, that's sometimes, like my Rams as well, they have to win to make the playoffs. Those, you know, those could be the most dangerous teams, like the Rams and the Bills. Teams that have to win to make it, because they're already, like, in playoff mode when they come around and, like, can, you know, they can throw an upset or two in there. Nonetheless, so, I think James Cook, obviously, he cooked last week. I think he's going to cook again as the Bills get an easier win over the Chargers. Jets and Commanders up next. Not really much to talk about. Both teams eliminated. Aaron Rodgers will not come back this year for the Jets. I have the Commanders. Why not? Just I think the offense will be able to score more against that. Actually, no. I'm going with the Jets. Screw it. Jets defense frustrates Commanders. Jets win. Lions and the Vikings up next. Crucial game in the AFC, excuse me, NFC. No, Vikings would be in a much better position if they would have won in the Lions drop last week, but alas, that did happen. And I think the Lions, I'm not sure if it's official, but I think they all but if they either officially or all but lock up the division this weekend with a win over the Vikings. You know, Goff played outstanding last week. That offense looked great. You know, Vikings, Nick Mullins made a lot of mistakes against the Bengals defense. I think Aiden Hutchinson's gonna have his ears pinned back. You know, Brian Branch in the secondary could make plays. And, you know, I think the Vikings, Nick Mullins struggles a bit. And, yeah, just Lions, that's what we always do. They steal up a playoff spot, I believe, this weekend with a win. Again, not sure if it's official, but they get the win and all but guarantee themselves a playoff spot. Browns and Texans are up next. Cleveland, obviously, with the one last week of the Fail Mary against the Bears is what people are calling it, even though that's, like, Packers Seahawks 2012 Monday Night Football. Yeah, Cleveland escaped with a win last week over the Bears, and the Texans made a nice comeback with Case Keenum. Yeah, Miracle QB over the Oilers, excuse me, Titans last week. But big game, both teams. Obviously, Browns much better position to make the playoffs than the Texans. CJ Stroud should be back this weekend for Houston, but I'm going with Cleveland this one. I know Stroud got banged up, but ever since that Cardinals game like a month ago, Texans just felt like they've kind of been a bit off. I know they've been playing good, they felt a bit off. Meanwhile, Cleveland, the legend of Joe Flacco's, well, it might be ugly, but he gets the job done. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it is. I know the Browns have a good defense, and the Texans is nothing to laugh at, but this does have shootout potential, in my opinion. And I like Joe Flacco to get the job done and continue to build his legend in Cleveland. Give me the Browns to win. Packers and Panthers up next. This is a quick thank you to the Bucks and Baker Mayfield last week for absolutely lighting up Joel Bailey's Packer defense. Bill, he should be fired for them. I know every Packer fan is like, please, yes, please fire Joel Bailey. But luckily they get an easy game against the Panthers. Who, congrats, guys. They picked up the win last week against the Falcons in front of like, what, 2 people? So good for them. Packers are going to win this game, I think. Panthers, they had to respond this Sunday, got another win, but now they're back to being bad. I just think like the Packers, there's no way to lose this game. Like their defense is bad, but their offense should be able to beat Carolina quite easily. With Jordan Love giving Green Bay to win. Seahawks and Titans up next. Seahawks with that upset win last night with Drew Lock. Although the Eagles, Phillies kind of felt a bit off. We'll talk about them more in a second. Concerns blue loss against the Oilers. Geno Smith, July doesn't matter. Titans, I don't think are very good. Dale Kenley didn't have a good game. Just Tennessee, they had a win over Miami. That's like a moment in the sun. Give me Seattle to win. Colts and Falcons up next. I like the Colts in this one. Like, no one's talking about the Colts. Just, they're on the playoffs right now. I think they're the 7th seed, and they just keep flying under the radar. Just fly under the radar and make the playoffs. Is I think is what Shane Steichen's preaching. And doing with lots of injuries. Anthony Richardson, franchise QB's out. Zach Moss, Jonathan Taylor, the top 2 running backs, both out. Was it not Trevian Henderson, but surely someone went off for them Saturday, old Ohio State Buckeye. But yeah, the Colts are like in playoff contention without this QB. I like Minshew, but he's not like he can be a stopgap star, but he's not a franchise QB. Imagine when Anthony Richardson gets healthy and if he develops correctly, this Colts team could be very scary, like Johnny Unitas, Peyton Manning days. Don't need you luck in there, because I can. But yeah, I think the Colts easy so they can make the playoffs. Maybe not do anything, but they can at least make them. Shane Steichen coach a consideration. Give me the Colts to win. Jags and Bucks up next. I feel like Tampa always plays in like this 4 or 5 window, like at home for some reason. Like it used to make sense when they had Brady in the final. They're leading the division obviously, but still just a bit weird. Against the Jags, who are just kind of waiting for them. Like they're supposed to be very good. They look like it. Hey, the Jags will get the 1 seed, and they just lost like the last 2 games. Very confusing team. Trevor Lawrence has not played well, and I think, I know he's doing had ankle, but I think his poor play continues. They've lost 3 straight Bengals, Browns, and Ravens, AFC North, but I think this Bucks defense, I know, like, defense hasn't been exactly what it's supposed to be, but I do think they got some guys that can force some mistakes, and I lost a bit of faith in Lawrence in the Jags over these past few months. They gotta show me this week that they own my faith back, so yeah. They and the Colts actually, I think, tied for the division, but Jacksonville has the tiebreaker. I really don't know. Yeah, I think they do. But yeah, I went with the Bucks this one. I think Baker Mayfield obviously went off last week. He baked. And I think that I can see more of the thing against this Jags defense. Give me Tampa to win. Cowboys and Dolphins up next. Can we please like flex Patriots Broncos out of prime time or like Giants Eagles out of Christmas to give this game its due? As Cowboys, different team on the road, man, just got embarrassed at Buffalo a couple weeks ago. No, a couple weeks ago, excuse me, a couple days ago. Yeah, facing a Miami team that did well, that looked like road beaters against a good defense, and the Jets without Tyreek Hill. So I'm willing with Miami in this one. It's like every time he's like, hey, the Cowboys can actually win it this year, they get slapped in the face. Miami's Miami's an elite rushing team. They can run the ball well. They can beat you deep with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, 2 wide receivers once. Tua's playing great. I think the Cowboys offense will bounce back this week against the Dolphins, but I don't trust their defense to get enough stops to, keep them in it. Different team on the road, they still take the defense different, giving Miami to win not quite easily, but like close game. Dak's MVP case continues to drop. Miami still looks like, I think this almost locks up the division for them as well. I know they got a couple tough games and stuff, but actually no, the Bills can still beat them. I apologize. Miami gets the close win over Dallas. Cardinals and Bears. Bears. Fine for the job. Just give me the Bears to win. Don't think the Cardinals can do much. Honestly, 2 seasons late from the playoffs, so not much reason to like dwell on them. Patriots and Broncos up next. Take me back to like the Manning vs. Brady days of like 10 years ago when this game was like actually good. I like Denver on this one. I know they like looked bad last week and lost to Detroit, but New England looked good for a half against the Chiefs on the road. Not sure if they'll look good Just New England just need a tank man. And honestly, I think a question should arise in New England. Should they take a playmaker maybe to help out the QB over quarterback? Like a Marvin Harrison or Brock Bowers, and get like maybe nab a Jaden Daniels early round two, or like someone else like that, like a Bo Nix, Michael Penix. Should be a question, but I think Denver keeps their playoff hopes alive. However, unlikely for another week. Give me the Broncos to win this game. Just build team all around. Raiders and Chiefs up next. Raiders, how about going from a shut to hanging 63 on the team? Wow, guys. Where was that? Like, you could have gone one of those touchdowns to beat the Vikings. Against the Chiefs, who just felt a bit off this year. Maybe Eric Bieniemy is more important than we thought, or maybe Travis Kelce just can't play and they don't have receivers. I think it's the latter, kid. It's Tony Weekly appearance and being a bad player. Um, I know I think the Raiders they kind of kept it close a bit against the Chiefs. I think they will keep it close again with the Chiefs, but still, it's Mahomes at home. You always gotta trust him. Chiefs still deserve the respect they get. Give me Kansas City to win. Giants and Eagles. Can the legend of Tommy DeVito grow, beating the Eagles on Christmas Day? That would be something to see. But I don't think that happens. Giants, they had their nice little, they had like they had Jeremy Linsanity one with the DeVito one, but I think it's back to being bad. As I think the Eagles finally get bounced back at home. Jalen Hurts should be healthy this week. I think the Eagles' attitude changes, and I think they pick up the win. Give me Philadelphia to win. And game of the week, Ravens and the 49ers, probably the Super Bowl. If I'll be honest if I have to give you my Super Bowl prediction right now, which I hate. I don't like either team. But should be a fun one. Honestly, we answered Super Bowl 10 years ago as well. I'm really interested to see how the 49ers stack up against the Ravens. Obviously, 49ers have played very well. Purdy looked good last week, so did CMC. But I'm going with the Ravens in this one. The Ravens are battle tested as have kind of had it easy. They beat the Eagles and the Cowboys and my Rams, and I really can't think of anybody else they've played that is that good. So yeah, I think Niners kind of, like they're good. They beat some good teams, but I think the Ravens are more battle tested. We got a big game against Miami next weekend, but I think Baltimore comes in. Lamar, I think, will give the Niners defense issues. Baltimore has a good defense still to Cleveland. It is at home for the 49ers, but I think Baltimore's just gonna get the job done. I think they'll make Purdy look bad. And I just, obviously we lost Keaton Mitchell, big loss, but I trust Lamar to get it done. And the Ravens, so good in this one, give me Baltimore to win. So I'm picking the Rams, the Bengals, the Bills, the Jets, the Lions, the Browns, the Packers, the Seahawks, the Colts, the Bucks, the Dolphins, the Bears, the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Eagles, and the Ravens. Hope you enjoy. Catch you guys later, guys.